let's do it in a really personal way. Last time that I met you, it was in June at the Sonar Festival. If I remember well, after your set with Marian Ops.
Yeah, that's the
right? In the background, in the backstage. Yeah. It was a crazy night, that one. And I will remember for the rest of my life for two things. One, it was the Roots live with a full band there. And the other one was the kind of strange back-to-back between you and Marian Ops. Can you tell you something about that?
Yeah, basically, well, Marianne's sort of been a big supporter of my music from a few years ago. And we shared a sort of a connection in that we were from a certain area in the UK. She's from Sheffield, I'm from a town near Sheffield, so I think she felt like she not only wanted to push me because of that reason, that we were from the same area, but also she has a tendency to push new people. Like she did the same thing with Joy Orbison and I think Flying Lotus and a few of those guys. So she has this thing where every year at Sonar she likes to bring some fresh new talent or whatever you want to call it out there. So I think I was just lucky enough to sort of be picked that year.
That kind of situation is the perfect demonstration of the fact that for certain kind of music, the radio exposition is still a really important thing.
Yeah.
Also in the web, in the era in which the web is the main platform, you know. Yeah. Do you think that her radio show was important for your music too, for inspiration maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I would say so. Not only Mary Allen's show, but also radio stations in the UK like Rinse FM. And I mean, obviously it's become sort of worldwide now. But it's sort of it's played a very important part. It's played a very important part in sort of giving legitimacy to our music. Yeah. Because it's not just on the internet, it's on the airwaves, and people still see that as respectable quality control. You know, it's much more quality control. You know, people behind it know what they're doing, they're skilled people. And so yeah, radio stations like Marianne, Rinse FM, even the internet stations, you know, internet radio stations play a massive role, because it's not just it's not maybe like a blog where there's one person having the say over the material. You know, it's a whole. It needs a whole team of people input. You know, Rinse FM is a whole team of people who selectively pick DJs what they're feeling they need to push at that right time. And yeah.
Quite similar. A bunch of people that love lots of different kind of music, really. Not only one style, but a kind of attitude, maybe more than style music, no?
Yeah, yeah.
Your set there was really huge, was really important.
I would say Boiler Room has been important for a lot of people. I think it's the same with what I said with radio. Boiler Room managed to create something that people felt like they could. It gave legitimacy to the music, because it wasn't just a DIY. So it's very much DIY. You know, it's still very underground, but the people involved put a lot of hard work into it, and that shows. You know, and that's what people recognise, and that's the reason why Boiler Room is so big now, because of all the hard work that got put into it. It wasn't just about the music that they were pushing, it was how they went about sort of creative quality. So, yeah.
Your set at the Solar Festival was really dark. I mean, dark in the way in which Mariano usually love to do it, you know? It could be dubstep or it could be any kind of bass music you want. Maybe you are more on the techno side. You can choose a word right now. Maybe how you can describe your sound actually right now.
I'm kind of one of those guys who says everything's either house or techno. You know, everything's an in between. I like to keep those as keystones, like house music, you know, techno. There's a million different things in between with those two. So I'm not really one to pick names. So I kind of just like to say I was somewhere in the middle of house and techno. You know, I like to go to the extremes of techno and also the sort of, you could say, the extremes of house as well. You know, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what my sound is going to be next year. You know, it could be completely different. It's just, it's all for me. It's all about the headspace and what music. But although techno for me is sort of massively important, I think it will always have something there. You know, techno-wise.
And how important is in this moment your relation with the RNS label? I mean, a really important one for the history of music.
I mean, I did 2 records for RNS, and you know, they were the right records to do at the time. And I have also, obviously, a lot of people have a lot of respect for that label. I actually decided to not work with them anymore recently. It wasn't anything personal. It was just a musical direction for me that I wanted to pull away from and venture on somewhere else. And it just felt like the right moment to say, right, I've done 2 records now. I think that's all I can do for RNS. For me personally, I want to move on, because any other records I would have put out would have felt a bit forced. You know, I had a whole bunch of new ideas in my head that I wanted to go down a different path with. So I decided to switch. You know, so the RNS still was massively important, and I love those guys for sort of putting my records out. It meant a lot. It meant a lot to see the horse on my record. You know, it was amazing. But yeah, that time was then, and I think I'm always looking to the future.
Other artists in that level that you like in this moment?
I think Airhead. There's a guy called Klaus. Obviously, I have a lot of respect for James Blake, because I think in terms of his just how how creative his music is just, you know. So obviously, I have a lot of respect for all the guys in RNS actually.
Another really beautiful coincidence from my point of view. We start this festival tonight. You will play here in this Spanish venue and fascinating venue for a collaboration between 2 festivals. One is Transition Lab, and the other one is StreamFest. And we started the StreamFest festival some days ago. It was the 6th of August on a beach near Gallipoli, and with 2 really legends in electronic music on the world level. Especially it was Tom Middleton and Mark Pritchard playing on a really sound system in a kind of bass odyssey from the roots of dub music till the future form of bass music that you can imagine. And Tom Middleton, speaking with him, he told me that he's really in love with your sound. I don't know if you know that.
No, I didn't know.
Okay, but he really loved your sound. Looking at the program of the festival, he stopped on your name and he said something like, okay, he's the future of techno music or something like that. What do you think about him? What is your main inspiration?
In terms of Tom, that's a massive honour. You know, I mean, that guy's done so much music as well as Mark as well. I'm fortunate enough to be friends with Mark, and lovely guys. It's almost amazing to think that they're actually who they are because they're so down to earth people, you know. So I've never met Tom before, but I would like to very much meet Tom and get to talk to him because that's what it's all about. I always like to sort of become friends with other producers, you know, from different walks of life. You know, age doesn't matter where they're from. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's kind of made me a bit sort of like speechless in the fact that I don't really know how to take the compliment. Like, because for me, it's so nice to get respect from my peers and the people who I followed from childhood and, you know, growing up. So when they actually turn around and say, "Oh, I like your music," it's like, what do I say? You know, it's just weird. So yeah, I mean, yeah, it's amazing. That's all I can say. Yeah, it's amazing.
Gigs or what?
There's quite a lot going on actually. Well, I've got a release coming out next week on Joy Orbison's label, Pizzinga, which is 4 tracks on the 12. Yeah, no big plan in terms of like albums or, you know, anything substantial, but there'll be I do a project with Pariah called Karen, and that's in October. We've got a double pack vinyl coming out. 2 or 3 remixes, one for Torre, another for another UK techno label that's coming out soon. So yeah, there'll be a steady stream of material coming out. But in terms of bigger plans for my solo stuff, I'm kind of just looking to 2013 and trying to get plans together. Yeah.
Can we wait for something between you and Martin? Why not?
Wait, oh, you know, I wouldn't mind.
It's something that I can understand.
No, I wouldn't mind. So, you know, if he's ever over my end, he can come in the studio, you know. Yeah. I love doing collaborations, you know. I sort of, I'm doing a collaboration, I'm not saying who it is because I don't want to give it away, but I'm doing starting a new project with a sort of who I see as a legend in the techno scene, in the UK techno scene anyway, so that's going to come bring some interesting results. So yeah, more down the techno.
Thank you so much.